Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. We've had Start Up Delaware on the Delaware Way once before. You'll remember that is the initiative that is funded by the state to try to get startup companies to come to Wilmington and to Delaware. Now representing Start Up Delaware, Nick Matarese, who also works with the Barn Creative, and Katie O'Hara from Start Up Delaware. And you also have your own startup.
Correct.
Working in the space of Startup Delaware.
Correct. Katie O'Hara Design.
Katie O'Hara Design and Barn Foundation, what do they do?
We're the Barn, or the Barn Creative. We're a graphic design firm.
And
interior design.
Interior design. And so, in many ways, you were part of the success of Startup Delaware. Have they attracted you to this area?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a great point. Absolutely. I mean, I live.
I'm glad I made it.
Yeah. It's a great point. I mean, I live outside the city limits, and because of them is why I run an office space out of Wilmington.
And so they had this idea challenge, and you explain what that is.
So the Tech Forum hosted a number of different teams, and Startup Delaware was one of the teams to participate in that challenge. And the problem
what
that
was
we
the
had,
challenge?
the challenge was how do you attract and retain young professionals to Wilmington? And the idea had to have a tech swing to it. So we had 3 hours to brainstorm and present an idea that we thought was feasible.
And you were both on the same team?
Yes, we were both on the same team. We weren't given the problem until we showed up. So it was a challenge. You showed up, you got your team together, and then when everyone was there, they presented the issue.
And what was the prize? What were you competing for?
Truthfully, I want to say nothing, but I mean, we've been going around to a lot of organizations now and actually seeing if our idea is feasible. So our idea actually may be pushed live.
So here, So the competition, the idea challenge, is forcing you to come up with an idea that may have legs. So the reward would be the idea.
Yeah, it would be improving the community and the city as a whole. I mean, aside from getting the opportunity to talk about these things, the whole purpose of doing this is to make Wilmington a better place to live, to be truthfully honest with you. We're hoping that our idea, some parts of it at the very least, resonate with people in the city and people visiting, and thinking about maybe I should live in Wilmington, and hopefully there's
it's
some.
nice, and that's the goal of Startup Delaware as well. What was your idea? What won?
Our idea is we called the Beacon Project, or Burn the Beacon. So we had this, how do you get young professionals in the city? How do you retain them? How do you keep them? And we came up with this idea of we're calling it a beacon, and layman's terms, it would be a very large iPad type, object on multiple street corners around the city. And the actual interactive information on the screen would be things like what's there to do, like right now in the city.
Oh.
So like, I'm on Market Street. Here are things in Market Street that are going on right now. And I can go to them, and it'll point you. All you need to go is 2 blocks up, and it'll be on your left.
And so are we going to see these giant iPads in the street corners?
I hope so. I think there are a lot of points that we designed that are very sustainable and attractive. We came up with some heat map technology, presented that as one of the facets of this big iPad. It's solar powered, it provides lighting, so it creates that safety that you kind of want to feel on some streets of Wilmington right now. And that hopefully will, help to create a more walkable city, which is, I think, something that's lacking right now.
Nick Matarese, thank you so much, from the Barn Creative, and Katie O'Hara, what was the name of your company again?
Katie O'Hara Design.
Katie O'Hara Designs from Startup Delaware. Thank you so much for coming in. When we continue on the Delaware Way, we will talk more about small businesses and how to make Delaware more small business friendly when we come right back.